Welcome in. We're so glad you're here with us today. Is our YouTube on? Yeah. Welcome in and good morning, folks that are joining us on YouTube. We want to give you a moment to collect a candle. We'll be lighting a candle together in a little bit, as well as some elements for communion, so you can participate in communion with us. For those of you who are joining us here at RAC, we do have some bulletins out on the front desk. Has a QR code with our songs, and the prayers are in that bulletin, as well as ways you can get connected here at Valley and Mountains, so check that out. Welcome in. It's so good to see all of y'all. Did you have a good Halloween? Yeah? Meh? Meh? I heard some meh. Well, welcome to today's service. We're doing an All Souls Day service, so it's going to be an opportunity for us to share together some memories and some stories. For those of you on YouTube, you're welcome to share your stories too in the chat box if you feel comfortable doing that. This song is called Vapor. It is in the songbook. It's a song we haven't done in a while. We usually do it around Easter and the Lenten season. Heaven taunts the hearts of men. We can feel it from within, the beauty of it all, the mystery, the swelling of a voice, a rising sea. Holy, all behold the holy. Trees clap their hands for you, oceans they dance for you. Holy, holy, all behold the holy. Trees clap their hands for you, oceans they dance for you. Come like dawn, like grace, like sunlight, bring this world to light. Come like rain, like breath, like springtime, bring this world to life. Come like dawn. Come like dawn, like grace, like sunlight, bring this world to life. Come like rain, like
patient, and love is kind. Love is celebrating joy in every life. And love protects, and love relieves. And love is persevering in each other's needs. On and on, on and on, we are living in your love. On and on, on and on, and love is written in our blood. Holy love, holy love. Love admits I was wrong. Love is waiting with the weight of what we've done. And love forgives when it's time, giving strength to say the words we cannot find. And on and on, on and on, we are living in your love. On and on, on and on, love is written in our blood. Holy love, holy love. On and on, on and on, we are living in your love. On and on, on and on, love is written in our blood. Holy love, holy love, holy love, holy love. Good morning, family. It's so good to be with you this morning. My name is Beth Morse. My pronouns are she, her. I've been a part of this community now for 3 years. And I feel so blessed to be loved and held by you, by the Spirit that fills in all the gaps in between us, holds us together like a sacred web. I want to give a special welcome to our online community this morning. Good morning, wherever you are joining us from. Whether you're joining us live online or sometime in the future, we are so grateful that you're a part of this community and want to just welcome you to this space this morning. If you're joining us from home, feel free to grab a candle. We're going to light a candle here to welcome the Spirit into this space. Feel free to also grab juice or something comforting later to take communion with us. We'll be sharing a meal of sorts together for the week ahead. It's been quite a week. I feel like we're just keep ending up at this space week after week. But I think reminds me of the importance of coming back here week after week, of taking the time to go through these motions, these rituals, to remember and to reground ourselves in the truth of what is. The truth of love, the truth of justice and righteousness. And so I invite you all, wherever you're finding yourself on your journey this week, whether high on a mountain or low in a valley, I hope you find whatever you need for the next leg. Just this next little stretch. We don't have to get too far down the road. Just one day at a time, 1 week at a time, and we have each other. And we have God, the divine. It's holding us, always holding us. So I'm going to light a candle, open up this space. Welcome, Spirit. Welcome you all. Welcome home.
No matter where you are on life's journey, or where you're coming from, you can always call this place home. No matter where you've been or what you've done.
Can you sing it with us? Welcome home.
No matter where you are on life's journey, or where you are coming, or where you're coming from, you can always call. You can always call this place home. No matter where, no matter where you've been or what you've done.
Now, can you sing it to a neighbor? Send it out to those around you.
No matter where you are on life's journey, or where you're coming from, you can always call. You can always call this place home. No matter where, no matter where you've been or what you've done.
No matter where you've been.
No matter where you've been or what you've done.
No matter.
No matter where, no matter where you've been or what you've done.
Good morning, beloveds. Can we give a nice round of applause to the choir, to Beth, to the band? We're doing all kinds of new things this morning. And it sounds so good. Thank you all so much. And y'all look so good. It's so good to see all of you here with us today. My name is Dr. Deanza. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm one of the pastors here. And today's service is our All Souls Day service. And it's a special service that usually Mick Summer and I do in the evening during the week. And we thought it might be nice to just hold that space today during our Sunday celebration. And the All Souls service is really about the invitation to honor loved ones that have passed on before us, to honor our ancestors. We have an altar here that we invite you, if you've brought something, an artifact or something that you want to offer at the altar to remember the person that you are thinking about today. You're welcome to do so at any time throughout the service. We have some pictures up here, some poems, some prayers, some ceramics. It's quite beautiful. So I also invite you to come up and just see the altar as well at any time throughout the service. And I'm going to pass around this basket. There is these little slips of paper in here. And on the front, they have the words to welcome home as a sweet reminder. But on the back, I just invite you, maybe there's a memory or there's something, words or something that comes up for you throughout the service that calls to mind someone that you love, or calls to mind an ancestor that you're thinking about this morning. Maybe you want to write a gratitude. Maybe you want to write a prayer, or just something in honor of them and of what you're holding. So I'm going to pass that around, and you can use that at any time. And we have this jar up here, this gratitudes jar that you can place those in, or you can just set them on the altar as well. And as much as today is about honoring the folks, the people, the loved ones in our lives that have passed on before us, even our animals that have passed on before us. This last few months, I lost my little baby Sophie, so I'm remembering her today. And I give you a moment just to call to mind those that you're holding in your hearts and remembering. And as much as today is about honoring those folks and those ancestors, it's also about honoring our memories and honoring our hearts and our bodies and all the ways that we hold those memories. And honoring our hearts and our bodies, that when we bring to mind those memories, sometimes it wells up in us longing and desire for closeness and nearness in different ways. And so we're going to honor all of that, because that's an expression of love, looking and seeking and searching for a way to express itself as love. And as we do so, I want to invite you to take a few moments to just drop into your bodies and to breathe. Whatever is comfortable for you. Just taking maybe 3 nice cycles of breath in through your nose, all the way till your belly is full, and exhaling. Just making space to honor. And as you continue to breathe and to notice, I want to read this poem for you that is written by Andrea Gibson. Andrea Gibson was a beautiful poet, trans activist, just an amazing soul. And they passed away this last year from cancer, but we have the gifts of their writing. And their writing is so exquisite because it has a way of creating this portal into our humanity, into saying things that sometimes we might have a hard time or difficult time finding the words to say what is on our hearts. And so I offer this to you as a way of honoring what is on your heart today. Love letter from the afterlife. My love, I was so wrong. Dying is the opposite of leaving. When I left my body, I did not go away. That portal of light was not a portal to elsewhere, but a portal to here. I am more here than I ever was before. I am more with you than I ever could have imagined. So close you look past me when wondering where I am. It's okay. I know that to be human is to be far-sighted. But feel me now, walking the chambers of your heart, pressing my palms to the soft walls of your living. Why did no one tell us that to die is to be reincarnated in those we love while they are still alive? Ask me the altitude of heaven, and I will answer, how tall are you? In my back pocket is a love note with every word you wished you'd said. At night, I sit ecstatic at the loom, weaving forgiveness into our worldly regrets. All day, I listen to the radio of your memories. Yes, I know every secret you thought too dark to tell me, and love you more for everything you feared might make me love you less. When you cry, I guide your tears toward the garden of kisses I once planted on your cheek. So you know they are all perennials. Forgive me for not being able to weep with you. One day you will understand. One day you will know why I read the poetry of your grief to those waiting to be born. And they are all the more excited. There is nothing I want for you now that we are so close. I open the curtain of your eyelids with my own smile every morning. I wish you could see the beauty your spirit is right now making of your pain, your deep-seated fears, playing musical chairs, laughing about how real they are not. My love, I want to sing it through the rafters of your bones. Dying is the opposite of leaving. I want to echo it through the corridor of your temples. I am more with you than I ever was before. Do you understand? It was me who beckoned the stranger who caught you in her arms when you forgot not to order for two at the coffee shop. It was me who was up all night gathering sunflowers into your chest the last day you feared you would have never again woke up feeling lighthearted. I know it's hard to believe, but I promise it's the truth. I promise one day you will say it too. I can't believe I ever thought I could lose you. Ashe and amen. We're going to have a lot of time today to honor those memories and those stories and the love that you're holding in your hearts. Today, we're going to transition in this moment to a time of gratitude. This is an opportunity for us to share with one another the things that are welling up in your heart, things that you might feel grateful for, updates that you want to share with your community, prayer requests that you want us to hold with you, this is that time. And so, what is on your hearts today? What would you like to share?
I'm lamenting the fact that we have to hear Jared be so gracious about his Dodgers.
This is our grief and our lament that we're going to have to live through another year hearing about how great the Dodgers are. Back to back. It's true. I'm really grateful for our kids. I say it every week almost, but I feel it every week. I'm just super grateful for them, for who they are, for the choices that they're making, that they're getting to make different choices than we ever got to make as youth, that they're talking to us, they share things with us, they say things that we would have never dared say to our parents. It's awesome. It's the coolest thing. And they're really great, and I'm so grateful for them. I am feeling brokenhearted and angry about our government not doing its job and caring for people who need it the most. I'm feeling heartbroken over Hurricane Melissa and the ravages of that impacting communities that we love. Stacey and Jin's community, Kindred on the Rock, and then Haiti and everywhere. So my heart is heavy. But just so encouraged to see all of you this morning, truly. Truly, truly. We keep each other going.
Any others?
Jared here. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's not that the winning of the Dodgers balanced me out from really crappy news that I've experienced all years. So I'm not honestly, I'm not over the moon. I'm just like, what do you call it? What counselors call it? Equilibrium. I'm neutral right now. Without the Dodgers winning, I would have been a lot more upset. Not just because they lost, but because of stuff's happening in life and all that stuff like that. Yeah, hard week. A lot of not so good news. But also a beautiful, bittersweet news is that on Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday would have been a community member, Elijah Lewis's birthday, turned 26, doing some amazing work in the community whose life was really cut short due to gun violence. So we have a whole program, a festival, partly, again, I'll make more of an announcement, but partially happening this evening with an open mic. So our kind of community is really feeling the loss of what Elijah was in our communities, centering Black lives, centering the communities in the CD and the South End. But also, Stacey and Chin, Hurricane Melissa. But I've also been grateful to see how folks have been covering back from losing SNAP benefits, and the ways communities have been holding it together has really been inspiring. and the way we can mobilize is really beautiful. But yes, holding all those lamentations, but knowing that the Dodgers winning the World Series puts me at an equilibrium. And for it to even happen in Toronto makes me even feel that much more better. But go Dodgers.
We definitely need those equilibrium moments to help hold us in these days.
I'm holding my mom in my heart today, and I wanted to share a poem that she left in her folder that she labeled Exit, dedicating it to her children. This is a woman who never spoke in more than one sentence. She was very quiet, but she picked this poem by Michael Joseph Ferguson. Life should not be a journey to the grave with the intention of arriving safely in an attractive and well-preserved body, but rather to skid in sideways, chocolate in one hand, champagne in the other, body thoroughly used up, totally worn out, and screaming, "Woohoo, what a ride!"
I love that. I did want to ask for prayer for a couple of things. One, we do have a son that lives in Jamaica, so prayer for Lollybell and his mama that live there. Also, the Philippines had a typhoon, and there's been massive flooding that has been ongoing there. And part of the complications of cleanup and helping people are due to the reality that there's a corrupt government in play that is very much cooperative with the United States occupation. And they stole all of the money that from the taxpayers that were supposed to go to the infrastructure to help with flooding. So just praying for our community there. I'll have some more announcements. We're going to be doing a service for that and a fast that I'll tell you more about in a little bit. But a person that we were working with at the Northwest Detention Center, her name was Tita Kay. We got an opportunity to go and see her and pray with her. And she's been here in the United States since she was 8 years old. And she's 54, and she went to her hearing and got deported. Hasn't been to the Philippines since she's 8, doesn't know anyone there. Luckily, through our community organizers, Tango Mercante and Gabriela and things, they're making some connections with some folks in the Philippines. But she has family here, and they won't see her again. She won't ever be able to come back here into the United States. So praying for her spirit, and just that the right people, right connections as she gets resettled in the Philippines, those doors open up for her. So her name's Tita Kay. Any others?
I want to share an experience I'm going through, and what I really want to do is I want to honor and bless a lady whose name is Claudia Kemmerer. She is my daughter-in-law's mother, and she passed last week. And she had gone through a tremendous amount of suffering. She had Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, and it was just a long, difficult, painful conclusion to a woman's life who was really beautiful and wonderful inside and out. And she had a really strong faith and belief in Jesus Christ, and I would love to be able to go to the service to honor her and her passing, but my son and my daughter-in-law, they actually don't consider me a Christian, and there's nothing I can do about that. So I'm not invited, nor is my daughter, who is also a Christian. So we're not invited to the ceremony, and I feel a tremendous amount of sadness about that. But I'm doing my own right here as we process, so that Claudia knows that I loved her and respected her, and I don't have any doubts about that. And I know that she's now resting in the arms of her beloved Jesus, and that she'll move on in whatever way is next for her. And I really love that poem that Jean shared with us about living life to the fullest and going out with bubbles, right? With bubbles and joy, yes. That's my plan.
Thank you for sharing, Elder Sarah.
I just want to honor my grandpa, my late grandpa Don. He's really kind. I found out after he passed about 2 years ago that he was a deacon. I didn't know that. Good for him. I think it's really special. Kind of rejoining this like faith-based community, and I really appreciate y'all for opening the doors and giving home to someone like me, everyone, and yeah, I just really appreciate you out here, so thank you.
We love you, Johnny.
There's a prayer request online from Charles. He says, my prayer request this morning is for my nephew Tyler, who was arrested and is being held on $50,000 bond. We're praying for a reduction in his bond and immediate release. And yes, we are joining you in that grief and also in that prayer, Charles. We love you and we miss you.
We love you, Charles. And if you have a way that you're raising money for that bond, just please let us know so we can spread that throughout the community. Any others? Yay!
I just specifically want to put out a prayer request for two really dear friends of mine and friends of Joe's have lost their mothers in the last, well, one of them a little bit ago now, but one semi-recently. And I think that grief shows up for them every day in different ways. So I just want to put out some requests for both of them.
Is it okay to share their names? Okay.
Our friends Gwen and Bella.
We remember Gwen and Bella. Yeah. Spirit, we just ask that you would draw near to them even now.
Hi, y'all. We've missed you. It's been a long time. We've been holding lots of different things in our family's lives, some different moments of grief and loss this summer. And right now, Lisa and Rob's dad, Ed, is in the hospital. He's been in the hospital for about a month. He had a fall, and it's progressively gotten, one thing after another has gotten worse. He's heading in for a second surgery tomorrow for a tracheotomy and a feeding tube to hope that that goes okay, and then he can build up some other strength to recover from the other parts of the fall. So we're just really asking for a lot of prayers and a lot of surrounding of our family. We've been back and forth a lot to North Carolina, and we have people that are with Rob's mom right now for the time being, but we'll probably be all back at different moments again.
Would y'all be okay if we prayed for you now? Yeah? Could some folks come and join me around Robbie, Lisa, and Annie here as we lift their family up. Spirit God, we lift to you the Ascalon family. God, we lift their father to you today, God. As he prepares for the surgery, God, we ask that you would bring peace to his heart, peace to his mind. God, that he would feel the presence of your Spirit holding him in these moments, God. We ask for wisdom to guide the hands of the doctors and the nurses in his care. God, we ask for peace and comfort to surround their mother, his wife, God. We ask for peace and comfort to surround Lisa, Annie, and Robbie as well. And God, that you would guide their steps as they go back and forth to provide support and care for their parents, God. We thank you for this family. We thank you that they're a part of this family here, God. We commit to our hearts and to our minds their father, and we will continue to be on this journey with them. We pray all this in your blessed and holy name. Amen. Any others? Know that you are loved. Even if you don't love yourself. Know that you are loved. Even if you don't love yourself.
Shalom, shalom. Peace, 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 shalom, shalom.
I am curious if you want to say your names. Jordan. And Lily, were you dressed up for Halloween? Me hold it? Did you dress up for Halloween? Yeah. Well, what did you dress as? Sardine. Your big brother said you dressed like a chicken. Do you want to say more and say your name and what did you dress as?
My name is Lewin, and I dressed up like a golden Spider-Man.
Who's next? You want to see?
My name is Clementine, and when it was Halloween, I dressed up like I was riding on an inflatable unicorn.
I'm Summer. I dressed up as Shigo from Kim Possible.
Do I have to say everything I dressed up for?
Only what you want to say, yeah. You don't have to say anything.
I dressed up as I dressed up as Harry Potter for my birthday party, and then I dressed up as the Grim Reaper for Halloween is one of my favorite years, so I dress up. So I like to do. And I dressed up as mini scenes because there were a lot of scenes I could dress up for.
Yeah.
Because I do a lot of Halloween stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Do you want to say your name?
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
I almost forgot to say my name. My name is Wiener.
Thank you.
Just to repeat, my name is Lucas, and my family, we dressed up as the family from Bob's Burgers. What were you, Lucas? He was Gene in a burger costume. We'll show you pictures if you want.
Yay. Do you want to say? Okay. Oh, yeah. You were a chicken. Do you want to say more? So, go ahead.
Say and done.
Thank you. Well, today during this service, we all get to spend time together, and Halloween is also called All Hallows Eve sometimes. Sometimes people dress up as fun and cool characters like all of us did. Sometimes people also dress up as scary things that are dead, like zombies and vampires. And it's a way that we connect to this middle space of life and death. And there's other holidays around this time too. Today's All Souls Day, which is when we talk about our beloved dead, our ancestors who have died. And then there's other holidays too like that. I think a couple of you were talking about Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. Do you want to say anything more about it? Either of you?
Well, Day of the Dead is really when you put out the pictures on the table or counters, and you put sometimes food over there, maybe, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Do you want to say anything about the party you went to? Did you have any good foods?
Never mind.
Yeah, that's okay. I remember going to a friend's Dia de los Muertos party, and we had what's it called? The pan. There's a special bread. Pan dulce. Yeah, it's really good. But there are all kinds of ways to honor our people and to think about our loved ones. And so we're going to spend some time doing that today and maybe make friendship bracelets if you want another option too. But we'll hear stories from lots of people today. But before we close our moment together, I just want to hear people shout out because I need to know, what did you dress as for Halloween if you dressed up for Halloween? Will you tell us? Do you want to know what they dressed as? I want to know. So yeah, what?
Grown-ups usually don't dress up as tours as
Say grown-ups don't dress
don't
up as
usually
tours.
dress up as tours usually.
Say grown-ups can be kind of boring sometimes.
My family was the demons from K-pop Demon Hunters.
Very fun.
Well, some grown-ups do dress up for Halloween. Like my uncle Tio Austin. He was dressed, he had a cape it looked like Superman. He had a Superman cape for Halloween.
That's really fun. And I am, in fact, a grown-up. And I did dress up. You know, I know it's kind of shocking, but yeah. So what did you all dress as? And then we'll close with our song. A crow? That's fun. Oh, yay. Any others? Oh my gosh, twins! Yay! All right, well, I love this. We were also practicing some like peaceful activities in the back, like looking at things and seeing the scarves float in the air. So let's sing together our song of peace, which is in English, Arabic, and Hebrew. Peace, salam, shalom. Does anyone know the words and want to sing? Yeah?
Peace, salam, shalom. 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 Peace, salam, shalom.
Joe's got the friendship bracelet supplies. Okay. Hey, thank you all. I'm so excited to hear what you dressed as for Halloween. That was awesome. And I do want to see pictures too for folks who have them. Should I do the full intro? Like talk about that? Okay. Sorry. Too many tech pieces. So, welcome again, everyone. Really grateful that we're able to gather together today and for our recognition of our beloved dead, people who have passed on, and share stories about those who are no longer with us. We get to be together to sing and to pray and to practice deep listening and creative liberation and radical hospitality in this space. And the All Souls service is one of my favorites each year. It's been really sweet to see the photos and the different things that folks have brought, and just to hear a little bit in passing as we've started today about, what people are thinking about, and stories this week about our beloveds. And we shared some pictures yesterday during our scripture study too, which was very sweet. And because grief is nonlinear, I think here at Valley and Mountain, one of the commitments that I see us creating is working towards a more liberative future together and a collaborative future together through really honoring who we are and who we have been, and how people in our lives and people who maybe aren't in our lives but have touched our lives are impacting that and shaping us. I want to begin because we are sharing this space together, and we share the story each week of Jesus. Fiction. Before we go into the open mic, I just want to take a moment to honor our beloved dead who have been crucified. As we honor saints, we begin with the crucified, because honoring those who have died in recent acts of individual violence or state violence is some of the hard part to name, but we do name it each week. And so really honoring our people in this way, I think, is really important. And so for those who have died of climate disaster, of poverty, of disease, of mass shootings, and beyond, I just want to take a moment. I have something I want to read that we've prepared, but I also just wanted to take a moment if anybody wants to shout out names of your beloveds, maybe those who have died this year or even beyond this year, to honor them, those who have been crucified or who have died in this way. Janavi Kandula, Isanura Ezgi Egi, Elijah McLean,
Charlena Lyles,
Summer Taylor, Horace Lorenzo Anderson, Antonio Mays Jr.,
John T. Williams,
Rachel Corey, my aunties, Lori, Laura, and Amber, all of our beloveds, named out loud, and those who haven't been named yet or who are named in other spaces, people in the United States, in Syria, Palestine, including Gaza and the West Bank, in South Sudan, in Myanmar, Tanzania, Madagascar, the deaths of countless children and disabled people and indigenous people around the world in Mexico, Venezuela, Jamaica, Congo, Ghana, Ukraine, Iran, Sudan. In our grief and honoring of the dead, we denounce the ongoing pollution of the land and the water, the extinction of Earth's creatures of all kinds, the exploitation of women, of men, and children, especially through war and sexual violence, and the ongoing genocides of many Black and Indigenous peoples. And we come together to notice in this way that the United States settler government continues to contribute to this violence through investments that terrorize people and the planet, including climate pollution and resource hoarding, so often profiting off of the name of Christianity through war, massive displacement. And we speak this to make visible a story that continues to impact the communities that we serve and the ones that exist between us. And so as we're gathering here in stolen ancestral homelands of Duwamish and Coast Salish peoples in this country, with the integral contributions of many Africans and immigrant peoples, we continue to hold that this is true, that these deaths and crucifixions continue through pollution of the land, air, and water, through housing crisis, through corporate greed, and this war, disease, enslavement, forced displacement, and genocide is not Christian. We believe that there is no biblical obligation to dominate others. And in seeking to co-create a faith of truth alongside our neighbors, to name our beloveds and our ancestors and create something for the future, we reject any belief that anyone has a divine right to violence, war, death, and destruction. And I want to call upon our sovereign God, a sovereign divinity of some kind, to guide us into being loving neighbors of all people, to co-create a liberated world. Our bodies are holding these truths, and so may our recognition of death in this way teach us about truth-telling and history and our own tradition, honoring a crucified person, a crucified God, so that we can better understand how it shapes the way we tell our stories about our beloveds, no matter how they have died. And may we use our living time, our shared knowledge, no matter how uncomfortable, to really forge a truly just and equitable future.
We are going to take a few moments and open up for an open mic to give you an opportunity to share the stories and, yeah, what is on your heart today, maybe to share more about some of these names that we talked about today already. But before we do, we wanted to kind of have a transition with a song. And so I'm going to sing this song called Leaning on You. And I just invite you to take a few moments, meditate or breathe or whatever you need to do. Lord, I'm prone to wander too far from the water. I've done too many things that I can't undo. I keep meaning to be leaning on you. Lord, I've seen the face of the devil looking back at me in the mirror. But I need your forgiveness to make it on through. I keep meaning to be leaning on you. Jesus, friend to
But for me, my experience as a young person, she was a school teacher. She was an art school teacher. And she really saw like middle school through teenagers just fully and wholly as like legitimate human beings. And so my experience when I was young was like all these adults that didn't really treat me as someone to like have a conversation with or be interested in. And she was always really interested and really cared what I was thinking about or what I had to say. And she was one of the only people in my family that really saw me as an artist and really like nurtured and respected that part of me. And so I feel forever grateful. I started taking a art class again this year. I've lost a few too many artists this year and the last couple of years, and I thought I have to return to it. So I felt like really connected to Susan in those moments. I'm grateful for her stubbornness and what a hard ass she was, and how confident she was. And then the other name that I just want to offer up is Della Chin. Della Chin died this year in a car accident. She was in her early 50s. She was a tremendous artist, photographer, documentary filmmaker. She and a dear friend of mine had just finished a film about the Chinese girls drill team in the International District. And that film is really amazing, and you should go see it when it's up again. She had a lot of life left in her, and it's hard to see her gone. But again, she was an artist, much easier to sit next to at a dinner party, but also very assured in herself and who she was and what she was creating in the world. And I take both of them as very different role models of how to step into who we are, what we want to build, what we want to create, and also how short the time really is for those things in our life and how to not back away from them. So, thank you.
Good morning. I want to raise the name of a woman named Miss Roberta. She was an old woman when I was a little boy. Miss Roberta couldn't read or write. And she had a snuff bucket. Does anybody know what a snuff bucket is? And so she had this snuff bucket, and she would sit it next to her, and she'd chew her snuff. Snuff is this ground up tobacco that you put in the bottom of your lip. And she talked like this. But she couldn't read or write, and she was married to a man named Mr. Andrew. Mr. Andrew, he said everything twice. He said everything twice. And Mr. Andrew was my first friend. And so I actually thought Mr. Andrew was my friend. I didn't understand that he was an adult. And so he took me to get my first haircut. And the sound of the clippers scared me, so I cried. And I don't know how much time, maybe Chris and Jerry know this. If you cry in the barbershop, the old black man gonna laugh at you. So they laughed at me. So because I thought Mr. Andrew was my friend and he laughed, I was mad. And so we're driving down the road. Mr. Andrew also had an old Sanford and Son pickup truck. Do you all know what that is? And you had to prime it to start it. So where we lived at this point in Arkansas, it was like a little dirt road with ditches on both sides to go. So I was mad at Mr. Andrew for laughing at me, and because I thought he was my friend, I slapped him. And we ran into a ditch. So Mr. Andrew spanked me. And I remember, and we're talking about like this was 75, 76. And so when he gets to my grandmother, she says, I had to whoop him, Miss Houston. I had to whoop him. I had to whoop him. He was very hurt that he had to whoop me. But as time progressed, and my grandmother didn't help because after he left, she thought it was hilarious that I slapped him. So anyway, and so then Miss Roberta, this woman who chewed snuff and couldn't read or write her name, and she walked with a cane, but she had royalty in her voice. And she would say, boy, come here and read to me. So I would read her mail to her. And I would read to her mail to her, and, you know, she would get these letters where they were trying to steal her land and that kind of thing. And then when I couldn't, if I was troubled past pronouncing a word, she'd say, sound it out, boy, sound it out. She wouldn't let me give up. And so I just want to raise Miss Roberta's name because she had such dignity, the way she would hold her cane, and if I was ever sad, she'd lift my head up. So I just want to raise the name and give thanks for Miss Roberta, because she taught me what it means to be an intellectual.
I brought my grandma with me today. Her name is Evelyn Elizabeth. And one thing I always thought was really interesting was that her name was changed. The original spelling was with an S instead of a Z in Elizabeth, which is the Swedish way of spelling it. So I'm just something she had to give up, but yeah, so this is her. And then this is a blanket that she made for me when I was a baby. So this is my baby blanket, and my blanket that I loved until my mom made me put it away when I was probably 11 or 12. But the really special part of this blanket is up here on the top left-hand corner, and it has her initials, EF, and then it says 83, which is the year I was born. So she made a blanket, a little quilt for each one of her grandchildren. There are 7 of us. And just a testament of her love. She was a sewer and a quilter. She was a quilter with the group at the church that I grew up with, and they would meet every Thursday. And I remember that it was Thursday because what a weird day. But that's what grandmas do in the middle of the week. They go to quilting groups. So I don't know. Sometimes I would get to go, I guess, if I had a day off of school for some reason. But again, it was a Thursday, so not very often. But this group of ladies would come and they would quilt, and it was the same pattern. And she would put her initials on the quilt, any one that she finished. And I don't know how many quilts they made, but they're all over the world now, because those quilts went to missionaries who were in Africa and in South America and in the Philippines, and they would send them, and they would be for their beds, for the missionaries' beds, but then also beds in orphanages and homes for people who didn't have a home. And so lots of people have slept under the love of Evelyn Elizabeth Ost Fossey. And I feel really grateful to have been under the covering of her love my whole life. So just grateful for her today.
I was going up there. Okay, so I bring a few people with me, and I carry them with me every day. One of them is my sister, my baby sister. Her name is Cassandra Hampton, and she passed away in 2014. Give me a second, because I'm going to make it through this. She was out just living life as a 20-something-year-old and got caught by a stray bullet. And she was so full of life. She left behind 3 amazing kids. One who you guys see walking around here all the time, my nephew Josiah. That is her oldest child. And she left behind another son and a daughter who I love truly, dearly. But she is someone that I carry with me everywhere I go. My grandmother, Shirley Mae Hampton, she is the one who taught me all about just life in general. We would do these breakfasts every Saturday morning where she would take me to McDonald's. And my grandma was a shopper. She had every credit card there was, every store card there was, she had them. And she shopped nonstop for her grandchildren and her children. And I was lucky enough to be the one, her oldest grandchild that lived here. So she would always be like, be ready 8 a.m., I'm coming to get you. And she would come get me, and she would take me to McDonald's, and we would sit, and we'd eat pancakes and sausage. And then we would go downtown, and we would window shop. And we would shop, and it would turn into an all-day thing. We would lose track of time. My mom would be like, it's 9 o'clock. Why are you guys just now getting home? And I'm like, we were shopping. See all these bags? Grandma loves me. And so she taught me about God. She taught me about being faithful and loyal and how to stand up in times of adversity. And I just remember one of the main things that I remember about her is that no matter what was thrown at her, no matter what she dealt with, she always kept this very beautiful smile on her face. And I seen her at some of her worst points still smile through it. And it taught me not to ever give up, no matter what. She would always press through every situation. And so that's why I don't give up, because she didn't give up. She never quit. And so because she never quit, I don't quit. She was very involved in community service and just working, helping others in the community. She volunteered at food banks, and she volunteered at clothing. She was just an all-around amazing person. And the last person is my mom, who passed away in January of this year. And the reason why I did it the way that I did it was because they have all left me. And in January, I didn't understand why. And I went through a really hard process of trying to figure out, like, what now? I have these nieces and nephews, and I have my son, and it's just me. I don't have anybody to call on. I felt like I was alone. And then I started, it took a minute, but I started to realize these women are with me wherever I go. Like, they are standing with me. They are my strength. They are holding my hands up when I can't hold my hands up. They are there. And it's sometimes just in the whisper of the wind that I'm like, I feel you, Grandma. Yeah, thank you. Or I'll get this like very small, faint, it's like a whisper that I hear telling me to do something. And I'll be like, in my head, I'll be like, I don't, maybe I'm tripping, you know? But then I'll do it, and it'll be something that will totally blow my mind at the conclusion of it. And I'm like, thank you. Like, I would have never thought to do that. So thank you for that. And so I carry those women with me everywhere I go. And I honor them in everything that I do, because they are me. They are who I am. At the end of the day, if it wasn't for them, I would not be. And so I honor them in everything.
Got two names, Donald Smith. That was my second father. So he took me in along with like countless other kids in the community who like needed a place to be for whatever reason. So we called it the Smitty the Boys Home. There was like literally sometimes 10, 12 extra kids in this house that he didn't have to take in. The house was full of Costco snacks. It was phenomenal. Video games, Costco snacks, a lot of tough love. Primary lesson was look in the mirror and like what you see, because you got to take your ass with you everywhere you go. So you can't run, you can't hide, because it's going to catch up to you. And you ain't fooling nobody but your damn self. Because I see you, boy. That's what he would say to me all the time. I see your ass. You think you're Eddie Haskell, you a slippery oral slick motherfucker. That's what he would tell me on the rise to school. And when it was your turn, you look out the window like this. I don't want, because I was always sat right behind them, so I get them eyes in the rear of your mirror. I just look to the left. I don't want to talk. Okay? The second name is Robert Earl Nat, my band director, Jason's band director as well, many countless musicians. And he taught the very same lesson when I think about it, that you can't hide, right? When you think about the things that he did, and he gave us these tools, and then he would call us out one by one, because we all tried to hide in band class. But he'd get down the line to your ass eventually. And then he would find that wrong note, and he would say, play that shit again. Again and again and again, and he would do it till we got it right. And I spent countless hours with him outside of class, not only in class, but being mentored by him, having countless conversations, thousands of hours literally poured into me by the two of them, and they inform who I am today, and how I teach, how I impart, how I want to be a part of the community. And I'm thankful for black men in particular showing up in the community in that way. They don't get recognized a lot for their contributions. There's no shortage of black female women pouring into the community, that in particular in education, social services, all these spaces. But when those men are in those spaces, it makes a huge difference. And so I want to, acknowledge, recognize, and be appreciative that I was one of the beneficiaries of that amount of time, energy, love, and tough love and tools to help us navigate through the world. So.
I won't deliberate too long. There's one person that I don't get a chance to honor a lot. I think he's still with me in my heart. My buddy Will Yeager from college. We met sophomore year and hung out a bunch and lived together junior year for half a semester before studying abroad. And he was a really kind and gentle spirit, very, very caring, very sweet, kind of went through some college stuff together, and that meant a lot. He had a heart transplant when he was 5 or 6 years old, and so I knew him as somebody who was taking a lot of antibiotics and a lot of stuff like that. And in college, we had these like old dorm halls that we lived in. They're really cool, kind of from the 70s and 80s. Yeah, his immune system wasn't so good. And sort of spring of 2020, like he was staying isolated. He was doing really good. And he got a fungus in his lung. He described it as a fungus in my lungus. That was like, yeah, it took hold, and he was kind of fighting it for years. And so the last year and a half and 2 years of his life, he was in hospitals and having a hard time. And maybe 3 years, we'd call every other month or so, and that's really important. Don't forget to call the people that you love, and we'd talk. And true to his fashion, he'd be really just kind and listening, and we'd talk about our different lives. And it was such a difference because he's literally missing college, like laying in a hospital wishing he could do anything. And he'd talk about that, and I'd listen and be there for him as best as I could. But he'd let me talk first, and my problems were so dumb. I was like, oh, Guillermo's mad at me because whatever, school's crazy. And he never judged me or never made me feel bad for just complaining about whatever I was complaining about while he was laying in a hospital, just wishing he could be at school with us. And yeah, he's a good dude. I miss him. And I'm glad we could talk on the phone, but yeah, I think that one's hard, and I don't always name him like that. So thanks. What? Yeah.
If anyone wants to get lunch after this, there's lots of good places, and I would love to sit with you and continue for a little while over some food. For now, I want to bring us to a poem, and then we can continue to unfold with our service today. This is by Brittany May Gill, written in 2021. Make space for death in your altar. Collect the bodies of bees and butterflies and beetles, birds even. Let your fruits decay. Pick up the bones and feathers you find, admire them, take them home, bury things and dig them up again, and watch how the earth has reclaimed them. Take deep breaths and hold them. Burn things and scatter the ashes on the soil of your plants. Cry. Cry as hard and deep and often as you can. Grieve like it is a community project. Get your family involved. As often as we celebrate life, we ought to dance and sing for the death that had to come before and will inevitably come again. If you give it space, death can make something extraordinary beautiful on the altar of your life. Thank you all for your stories, the spoken ones and the ones that are untangling inside of us. I appreciate this time.
Little light. This little light.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
As we say each week, Valley and Mountain is a community of co-creators, not a group of spectators or consumers. We pool our resources, and together we do so much more than we could do apart. At this time, you can make an offering or make a pledge. There are a few different ways that you can do so. You can bring a physical gift to the offering basket. If you can do that when you come forward to take communion. You can give online. There's a link in your digital bulletin, or there is a QR code out in the narthex. It's such a church word. Lobby. Or you can text to give. There are details also in your bulletin. If this has begun to feel like a spiritual home for you and you'd like to give ongoing, you can make a weekly or monthly gift as a member or as a household. And this week, as the world around us continues to take a new shape, we need each other more now than ever. We aren't able to depend on our government anymore to take care of us, so we need to take care of each other. And so if you have needs, a need to tap into community resources, we do have a mutual aid fund. If you have resources to give, if you have time, if you have talents, you have things that you can offer to this community, or if there are things that you need from this community, that is the place to do it. So please find information in your digital bulletin online for that. And of course, if this is your first time here, please know that your presence is such a gift to us. So let's pause as we consider the ways that we're going to give. And will you please join me in the offering prayer, which you will also find printed in your bulletin. Wellspring of life, help us to use our offerings to make peace in our community, set us free from fear, hoarding, and hostility, and renew in us the desire to become open-handed and open-hearted. Teach us to know what is enough, so that all may not just survive, but thrive. Thank you for your gifts and the many ways that you co-create in this community.
We've come to that time to gather around this table for communion. We offer a welcoming table, an open table. We invite you to come as you feel prompted to do so. In a few moments, there will be 2 lines on either side of the stage. We offer gluten-free crackers and grape juice. And when you feel ready to do so, come forward and partake. As you come forward, if you decide that you would rather not partake, but you would like to be blessed or prayed for, the pastors are here, elders are here to pray with you, so let us know when you come forward. If you're at your seat and you would like to be served at your seat, just raise your hand and our communion servers will come and serve you there. But before we take communion, we have a story to tell.
Long ago, Jesus arrived outside Jerusalem. The occupied people of the land went outside to greet him, and together they defied the emperor through the art of revolutionary street theater.
Jesus went to the temple, turned the tables, and welcomed in people who were sick and disabled who had been excluded. They entered the table, their stories were centered, and it was a holy place.
The night before he was executed as an enemy of the state, Jesus gathered his friends to sing, pray, and share a meal together that would build their courage for the journey ahead. They broke bread, poured the cup, and said, "Do this in remembrance of me."
As we do each week, let's stretch out our hands and our hearts towards this table and bless this communion feast together in this prayer. Gracious God, pour out your Holy Spirit into us and these gifts, that through this cup and bread we may know we are beloved without condition. Transform us, make us one body with you and with one another. Amen.
Come where the table is spread and all are welcome. Come. And I will hold you in my arms and joy there will always be a place for you. Return to me. There will always be a place where you and my return to me. There will always a place for you. A place for you. A place for you. A place for you. At my, a place for you. A place for you. Hello.
Keep singing. We don't have enough crackers.
A place for you, a place for you. At my table, a place for you. At my table, a place for you.
At my table. If you have a full cracker and you want to share one, now would be the time. At my table, praise for you. At
The bread of life.
table, praise for you. At
The cup of liberation.
table, praise for you. At my table,
A
praise
place for you.
at my table, a place for you. At my table, return
to me. Well, that got good to me. I'm sorry. I came late today. I'm teaching a course called The Black Church at Seattle University, so I had to go and get my students situated at First AME this morning and then make my way back to you. And so I'll be doing that for about 3 more times, getting my students situated and then coming here. Pastor Pat is taking my class, which is fun, and she sees how rude and mean I am to my students.
I do want to say
Is that
thank
going to be on the exam?
Yes.
I do want to say thank you all so much for this precious service, this celebration, and for telling your stories and giving us the opportunity to learn more about those that have touched your life so deeply. And Mixed Summer, I'm going to take you up on that lunch offer, and I want to invite others to join us if you're interested in hanging out. Oh, Jean wants to hang out. Do you want to hang out with us, or you have an announcement? Okay. So we'll get to your announcement in just a second. We are collecting donations for Stone Soup Crew, who are collecting warm items for folks that are living outdoors. So hand warmers, new socks, new gloves, what are those, knit caps, any gently used like jacket or sleeping bag or brand new blankets. We're looking to collect those over the next several weeks. Adrian Papermaster is one of the lead organizers of that, who's also a member of Valley and Mountain. They just came by and picked up the first set of donations. So every week we are going to be collecting. So bring your things at the beginning of the service, and then she'll come and pick them up, or someone will come and pick them up at the end of service, okay? Others.
You have an announcement event coming up? Yeah.
I'm going to
Wait,
be.
Sekou.
I'm going to be speaking at the Heroes Cafe Tuesday morning, 9 o'clock. It's 1207 North 152nd Street in Shoreline. I'll see if I can get back to the Facebook page and put it on there. If you know anybody that's up north or anybody that wants to drive up there, you can come, and I'm going to be presenting my program that I do, which includes the pictures of my experiences in Vietnam and the stories that go with them. And then I answer questions, and I even answer questions about Kristen Hanna's book, The Women, because a lot of people have a lot of questions about those. And then I bring books, and I sell and sign my books. So anybody's welcome to come, and it's free. And then I also wanted to share that I won't be here next Sunday. I'm leaving on a jet plane. You know that song? I'm going to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm going to be speaking at a Methodist church there on Veterans Day.
Sweet.
So, but I'll see you when I get back.
We also still have meal trains going for both for Tiffany and for Tasha's families. And so please let us know if you need that link or if we need to like connect so somebody makes food and somebody drops off food or like whatever that kind of thing can be. And Joe's also doing postpartum support work. And has like a really cool flyer for her amazing work, and it talks a little bit about her skills. Sorry, I'm like, yeah. So you should know this, and if people in your life need some postpartum support or some like household management support or care with children, you have like a stellar person who also has these like beautiful skills that we know in community, so definitely reach out to Joe. We're continuing Bible study through Advent on Saturday mornings. Please join us if you want to online. And there's a couple more.
Yes, just a reminder, we're doing the music of Gil Scott-Heron and Brian Jackson. November 15th at Black and Tan Hall. Chris is going to be in band. I'm in band. Sekou is in the band for the first time. Which came with a little bit of a bonus. I, had a little meeting with him, and he was still in his bathrobe, so I got a little bit of to see Mr. Sekou's leg. So that was, that was an extra bonus, unexpected bonus for getting him in the band. So me and Dr. Spalding now have a little bit of, we've seen some of the same things.
I totally missed the joke, so you have to fill me in later.
You got a weird church.
15th of November. And the United Methodists, along with Valley and Mountain, are organizing a fast for the Philippines from November 9th through the 15th, and we're going to break fast together at a Vesper service that we'll be holding. And if you're interested in participating in that, I have the information, and it'll also be in our newsletter next week. Wait, you had one too, right? Okay, go ahead.
Later on today at 6:30, we're hosting an open mic here where you can also share more stories like that or share musical, other talents. Sorry, I don't even want to turn that off. No. We're hosting an open mic tonight in honor of Elijah Lewis, but again, to honor the lives of all lost, but also if you just want to have a poem or want something to get off your chest or some music, whatever have you, it's going to be happening here at 6:30, and Valley Mountain is also going to be a part of that and helping sponsor, and we hope you come down and enjoy what me and Tiffany have created.
Yay. Finally, we do need some help with some cleanup after service. If I could get a show of 4, 5 hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay. Meet us in the back and we'll get that all taken care of. I think that's it that I can think of.
I have one announcement.
Oh, one more.
One fast announcement. If you like
concert bands and orchestras. There is a concert at Benaroya Hall on Friday. You can look up Rainbow City Band or Orchestra. I will be playing some things. Someone else who is here will be playing some things. I don't know if you want to know who, but come to me personally and I will tell you. I don't want to announce it to the world. But yeah, you can get tickets online or ask me and I can hook you up with tickets. And don't let cost be a barrier. If you need some free tickets, I can tell you how you might be able to get those. And we're playing K-pop Demon Hunters, so all you cool cats out there.
This Tuesday, my favorite jam, Rabbit Box Jam. I'm pretty sure it's happening this Tuesday at the Rabbit Box. Kind of a functional jam. Lots of cool people in the Seattle community. Really fun. Open jam. It's the type of jam where they're good, but nobody's rude to you, which is my favorite. You step up and you play a few wrong notes, and they're just like, hey, that's all right. So, yeah, come through if you want to. 7:30 at the Rabbit Box Tuesday.
November
Yes.
29, Sounds of the Sound. Go see Chris.
Yes,
November 29.
Jean. Northwest Immigration Rights Project is having a fundraiser tonight at the Royal Room. 7:30, $20, tickets online. And what kind of klezmer music? All right. I think that, why don't you rest on your feet and body and in spirit. Lisa, what you got? I'm sorry, Lisa, what you got for us? Lord willing and the creek don't rise. That's right. Just so you know, I just have one more meeting for my clinicals for a new kidney. And they'll determine Thursday whether or not they're going to give me one. All righty. I think that's it. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. I'll see you next week, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Get right, church, and let's go home. Get right, church, and let's go home. Get right, church, get right, church. Get right, church, and let's go home. I'm going home on the morning train. I'm going home on the morning train. I'm going home, I'm going home. I'm going home on
Thank you.